Hey, this is Grant of the Luna Lab. This is the Luna Smoothie Men's Edition, or the non-step through frame. Very similar to a Townie Electra, if you're familiar with that bike. It's a feet forward design. Before Luna was around, I built my dad a Townie Electra with a BBS02 conversion. Great bike, he loves it. And if Luna was around, I would have gotten in this probably. This is a perfect bike for, you know, not just an older person, but somebody that just likes a nice cruise, relax kind of ride. It's a very neutral riding position, as you can see. This is not a step through, so I'm gonna, you know, but even just throwing my leg over the back, this is very easily mountable. You know, even without tipping it over, I can pretty much just easily mount that. Very nice neutral riding position. I'm not hunched over like a mountain bike. Nice neutral, you know, wrists are pretty much flat as they should be. Feet, nice neutral position. I can easily come down, feet flat on the ground, very comfortable. I'm not leaning, not stressing. And as soon as I want to go, I just go. So this is the Luna Smoothie non-step through frame. What we have here is the BBS02 mid-drive motor. It's a 750 watt nominal motor. It puts out plenty of power for most people what they're going to use this bike for, which is just nice everyday cruising, riding around your neighborhood, riding around the beach. Nice, good quality battery pack. It's going to last you as much as you probably are going to want to ride in a day. 13.5 amp hour battery pack, which is good amount. Generally good Shimano quality parts on this. Shimano Revo shifter, good, just basic standard quality parts. Shimano derailleur, Shimano rear gear cluster. Pretty much all you need. The rim brakes on this are going to be perfectly adequate for this. For this power of a motor. Rim brakes are going to be. I mean, that's, yeah. The entire bike stops on that rim brake, which is perfectly fine. Same for the rear. So as kind of standard with a lot of bikes that you buy, they really kind of cheap out on the pedals. These are the pedals that come with this frame if you were to buy this bike by itself. Just basic, cheaper plastic. They work, but not very well. You can't feel it, but I can. There's actually a lot of grinding there's a lot of vibration I'm feeling in this right now. There's not a real smooth action to it. Yeah, so I mean, you know, these are meant to be replaced. These are meant to be used for a little while and then just kind of replaced. Luna has, instead of giving you those, they actually have given you a standard upgrade of these Maso pedals that are actually really nice. They're nice aluminum. The action is very, very smooth. There is no grinding or grating in there. I can feel it's very nice bearing unit in there. These are cleats, or whatever you want to call these, a little stud. They're studs, yeah. These are studs that are going to really help you grip your shoe a little bit better. If you're riding an electric bike, you're not supposed to be wearing sandals for the most part, or bare feet. So these are replaceable. You know, if you wanted to remove these just to not give you quite as much grip, but be a little smoother, you can do that. But if you're wearing good tennis shoes or boots, these are going to be nice and grippy. And Luna is including these standard with their bike just to give a nice little accent and, yeah, just show that they're serious about making you, giving you a ride that you're going to enjoy. So this is the KHS Smoothie men's version of the bike. Not really men's, but just more of a traditional, a little bit more traditional triangle-shaped frame. But still kind of a, whoa, hey, here comes Eric. Hey, Eric. So Eric has what used to be termed a women's bike. It is no longer correct to really call this a women's bike. It is a step-through frame. Anybody can ride a step-through frame. It's actually much easier to mount and dismount, as Eric very eloquently shows.
Yeah, it's an electric bike, especially a comfort cruiser like this. This is basically Luna's cruiser line. Comfort's key. And on this one, you can just step in and off of it like this. Back in the day, the ladies who wore dresses, they didn't like to get their skirts up when they got on to the bike. This makes it more ladylike to get on, but it also ends up being way more comfortable to get on and off, like maybe for an old person who has a problem, lifting up their legs or whatever.
Yeah.
So for an electric bike, it really fits the motif of being comfortable and nice. And as you can see, this one, even though it's a lady's bike, it has the BBSHD on it. It's not. I mean, it's pretty manly.
Yeah, that's a lot of power for anybody.
It has the metallic paint job on it, which I think looks good for either male or female. It's got the Luna Eclipse chainring and the BBSHD. It's a lot of power.
Color matched pedals.
We have one reason why I like the women's better than the men's is this one has a twist internal gear hub Nexus 3-speed, which everybody knows will handle the power of the BBSHD.
Yep.
We include a shift sensor on it to protect it, but there's your internal gear in the back. You don't have to stress about derailleurs or non-straight chain line. It's just
And three speeds is more than enough for this amount of power on a motor. 3 speeds is absolutely adequate.
I mean, these bikes are basically like made for like flat landing, Southern California, beaches, or just riding down the street. Just something. I've known some really cool men who rode like counties and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just this kind of high handlebars here. It's not a very aggressive riding style.
No, it's very neutral.
Yeah,
very relaxed.
But on an electric bike, you don't really need to be
Yeah.
aerodynamic.
Yeah.
You got all the power, the speed you want. It doesn't become as important your riding position. So riding straight up like this, it actually not only it's good for your posture, it's good for
Definitely.
you have more visibility. People can see you better, and it's more comfortable purely. And you can get as much exercise as you want.
And these frames are also excellent candidates for suspension seat post, which Luna also offers as an additional cost. Because of how low the seat post is here, you have plenty of room to put in a suspension seat post. That
we do the thud buster.
Thud buster.
3 inches of suspension.
Yeah.
And since you're always seated on this, it'd be really hard to stand up on the pedals. It's a great candidate for a seat post suspension. On the full suspension mountain bikes, a lot of the times they're designed for standing up when you're going down something really technical.
Right.
And on these things, you're never going to stand up on these pedals, so a suspension seat post would almost be as good as a couple inches of travel and a mountain bike for street riding.
Yep.
It's just for comfort. And I think these make excellent comfort cruisers, and they have a lot of pep behind them as well. But for me, I actually prefer the step-through bike over the wannabe men's bike. But I'm comfortable with it. I love it. If I lived on the beach, this is what I'd be riding around to the coffee shop every day.
Absolutely.
Riding to the bars at night.
Riding home sober, of course. Always sober.
I'll Uber at home.
There you go. Uber. There you go. Yeah.
Notice that this one has the blue and white pedals to go along with the blue color scheme. It's a really beautiful bike. We're really proud of our cruising line here. A little different, and I'm a big believer in the 3-speed internal gear hub. I love this bike. I'm surprised we don't sell more of them, but it's because most of our buyers are men. But man, this bike for men is awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Yep.